Welcome! I'm Kim from thatsweetraw.com and thank you so much for being here. Today we're talking breath control, and like everything in singing, we need to show the body how we want it to behave. We need to teach it new tricks, and training your breath control to be more even and to last longer is no exception. So this video is a couple of exercises that you can do to make sure that you're not running out of breath when you're singing songs and that you have consistency of airflow. So the first thing is that we do these exercises at full capacity. So you're actually going to take in 100% of your lung capacity. This is not how we sing. I have a video on the Inhale about how we sing, so I can link to that if you need to watch that. But this is like pushing your body to its limit. So know that this is very, very different from the way that we treat the breath when we sing. We are just trying to really increase your stamina and increase your ability to control the airflow. So we're really pushing it to its limit. So you're going to, not just yet, I don't want you to be holding your breath, but you're going to blow all of your air out of your body. And we're going to do this so that we get all of the carbon dioxide out of your system. You are then going to take in as much breath as you possibly can, and you are going to get a timer and start timing, because this is how we're going to measure this. So you're going to start the timer when you start exhaling on a tiny, tiny little hiss. So you should just barely be able to hear that. When you run completely out of air, you stop the timer, and we're just trying to increase that time. So I'm going to do a few seconds just so you can see what is going on. And I'm really trying to keep my rib cage buoyant, or try to keep this soft barrel shape for as long as possible. That's where a lot of the control comes from. So we're going to go all the way out. All the way in. And then as small and consistent as you can. And this is going to be a really long video if I do that for both of these exercises, but hopefully you understand what I mean. And please don't go to the point where you're going to pass out. So I know that this is taxing, particularly people with anxiety can really struggle with these exercises because we are putting your body under pressure. So just be careful, like do what feels good to you. Don't push yourself to the point where you're gonna pass out. I want you to be comfortable, but we are trying to challenge you and trying to get that time higher and higher and higher. So for that exercise, we want to try to get you to about 1 minute is fantastic. Most singers start at like 15 to 20 seconds. So if you're starting at that point, that is 100% normal. And you just want to do this. Like I suggest doing it once a day if you can, to really start to notice the difference. This is one of these real measurable things that we can do in singing. The second one is to do it on a note. So this one is quite a lot harder. We don't have the teeth helping us out to control some of that airflow, so we've got to do more work here. You're going to notice that you get the shakes more often in this one. Totally normal. So you can do this on an oo or you can do this on an e. It doesn't matter, just whatever feels better. And you're going to choose a note that's kind of in the middle of your voice. So nothing too low and nothing too high. If you have a keyboard or a guitar or some instrument that you can get the same note each time, that is even better because you know you're on a level playing field. But everything else is going to be the same. So you're going to blow all your air out. You're going to take in as much air as you possibly can and start on an oo or an e as quietly and as consistently as you can and time that. So I'm going to do another few seconds of this just to show you what's going on. All the way in. And eventually it's probably going to end up like ooh, normal. You go as long as you pretty comfortably can, stretch, but don't do it until you're seeing stars. Be really careful with yourself. And time how long you can do that one for. So I've had students get to about 40 as a max on that one. Just know it's going to be a lot less than the hiss. So the 1 minute for the hiss is kind of where we're aiming for. If you can get like 35 to 40 on the ooh, you are doing a fantastic job. For most people, it's going to be about 10 seconds when we start out. It's going to be a lot lower. So know that these are things that we are training the body to do. They take time. Some days are going to feel easier than others depending on how much sleep you've had or how much water you've had to drink or your energy levels, those sort of things. So be really compassionate. It will go up and down. And yeah, take really good care of yourself when you're doing them. But these are great to write down every day, see your improvement. And you'll really notice in that ooh one that they start getting steadier and steadier. So it might feel like it's like this at the beginning, but the better that you get at controlling that breath, the easier and more steady it is going to be. And so that's what we have underlying in our singing voices, that is we want that steadiness of airflow. What I will say is that we're controlling the breath like to a really extreme point here. And so this is not what we feel like when we're singing. This is, as I said, a training exercise. Usually we would use more airflow when we are singing, but this is how we build that consistency. So let me know how you go in the comments below. I can't wait to hear how this transforms your singing. And as I said, these are really like easy exercises in practice, but they're going to take some time. So go easy on yourself.